Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Comprehensive Introduction to Forcepoint Data Loss Prevention, DLP, with code examples. Forcepoint Data Loss Prevention, DLP, is a robust security solution designed to protect sensitive data within your organization. It helps prevent confidential information from leaving your control, whether through accidental leaks, malicious exfiltration, or compliance violations. This tutorial will provide a comprehensive overview of Forcepoint DLP, covering its key concepts, architecture, deployment strategies, policy configuration, integration with other security tools, and some basic code examples to illustrate how it can be used programmatically. 1. Understanding Data Loss Prevention, DLP. Before diving into Forcepoint DLP, it's crucial to understand the core principles of data loss prevention. Data discovery, identifying where sensitive data resides across your organization's infrastructure, endpoints, networks, cloud storage, etc. This involves scanning for patterns, keywords, and other indicators that signal confidential information. Data classification, categorizing data based on its sensitivity level, example highly confidential, confidential, internal use only, public. This allows you to apply different security policies based on the data's importance. Policy enforcement, defining rules that govern how sensitive data is handled. These policies dictate actions to be taken when data breaches the defined thresholds, example blocking, alerting, encrypting, quarantining. Monitoring and reporting, tracking data usage patterns, identifying potential risks, and generating reports to demonstrate compliance and improve security posture. Incident response, having a plan to deal with data loss incidents effectively. This includes investigating incidents, containing the damage, and implementing corrective measures. 2. Forcepoint DLP, key features and components. Forcepoint DLP is a comprehensive solution with several key components working together. Central Management Console, Forcepoint Security Manager, a web-based interface for managing policies, configuring settings, viewing reports, and monitoring system health. This is the central hub for all DLP operations. Endpoint DLP deployed on user workstations, desktops, laptops, to monitor data usage, control file transfers, and prevent sensitive information from leaving the endpoint device. Network DLP monitors network traffic, email, web browsing, file transfers, to identify and prevent data leakage across network channels. This acts as a gateway for outbound communications. Discovery DLP scans repositories like file servers, databases, cloud storage, and SharePoint sites to identify sensitive data at rest. Cloud DLP extends DLP capabilities to cloud applications, example Office 365, Salesforce, Box, to protect data stored and used in the cloud. Optical character recognition, OCR extracts text from images and scanned documents, allowing DLP policies to analyze image-based content for sensitive information. Exact data matching, EDM allows you to create fingerprints of specific sensitive data, such as customer databases or intellectual property, and use these fingerprints to detect exact matches in outbound traffic. Machine learning and analytics uses machine learning to identify anomalies and suspicious activity, helping to detect data loss incidents that might not be caught by traditional rule-based policies. Incident management, a centralized platform for managing and resolving DLP incidents. 3. Architecture and deployment. Forcepoint DLP typically follows a distributed architecture. Centralized management. The Forcepoint Security Manager is the central management point. Distributed enforcement. Endpoint DLP agents reside on individual devices, while network DLP and discovery DLP components are deployed on servers or virtual machines. Communication. Components communicate with the security manager to receive policies, report incidents, and receive updates. Deployment options. On-premise. All DLP components are deployed within your organization's infrastructure. Cloud-based. Forcepoint DLP is offered as a cloud service, managed and maintained by Forcepoint. Hybrid. A combination of on-premise and cloud-based components. For example, you might deploy Endpoint DLP on-premise and use Forcepoint Cloud DLP to protect data in cloud applications. 4. Policy configuration. Policy configuration is the heart of Forcepoint DLP. Policies define what constitutes sensitive data and what actions should be taken when that data is detected. A typical DLP policy involves these steps. Define the data. Identify the types of data you want to protect, example credit card numbers, social security numbers, patient health information. You can use predefined data identifiers, create custom identifiers using regular expressions, or use exact data matching, EDM. Choose the channels. Specify the channels where you want to monitor for sensitive data, example email, web traffic, file transfers, printing, USB drives. Set conditions. Define conditions that must be met for the policy to be triggered. This could include specific keywords, file types, or user groups. Define actions. Specify the actions to be taken when the policy is triggered, example block the transfer, encrypt the file, notify the user, log the incident. Set exceptions. Define exceptions to the policy for legitimate business use cases. For example, you might allow employees in the HR department to transfer sensitive employee data. Assign the policy. Assign the policy to the appropriate user groups, devices, or network segments. Example, creating a policy to detect credit card numbers in outgoing emails. This outlines the steps to create a basic policy. Specific UI elements and flow vary slightly based on the Forcepoint DLP version. Consult the official Forcepoint documentation for exact instructions. 1. Open Forcepoint Security Manager *. Log in to the Forcepoint Security Manager console. 2. Navigate to the DLP policies *. Go to the DLP policy section. 3. Create a new policy *. Start creating a new policy. 4. Policy name and description *. Provide a descriptive name and description for the policy, example credit card detection in outgoing emails. 5. Data identification *. Choose a predefined data identifier for credit card numbers. Forcepoint typically provides built-in identifiers. You might also refine the search criteria with regular expressions or other pattern matching. 6. Channel selection *. Select the email channel to monitor outgoing emails. 7. Conditions *. You might optionally add conditions to limit the scope of the policy. For example, you could only apply the policy to emails sent from specific user groups or to specific external domains. 8. Actions *. Choose the appropriate action to take when a credit card number is detected in an outgoing email. Common actions include block *. Prevent the email from being sent. Notify *. Send a notification to the user and / or an administrator. Quarantine *. Hold the email for review. Log record the incident in the DLP logs. 9 exceptions You might create exceptions to the policy for specific users or groups who are authorized to send credit card numbers, example employees in the finance department. 10 Policy assignment Assign the policy to the appropriate user groups or network segments. 11 Activate the policy Enable the policy to begin monitoring for credit card numbers in outgoing emails. 5. Integration with other security tools. Forcepoint DLP can be integrated with other security tools to enhance its effectiveness and provide a more holistic security posture. SIEM, Security Information and Event Management integrate with SIEM systems like Splunk, QRadar, or ArcSID to centralize security logs and correlate DLP incidents with other security events. CASB, Cloud Access Security Broker integrate with CASB solutions to extend DLP capabilities to cloud applications and gain visibility into cloud data usage. UEBA, User and Entity Behavior Analytics integrate with UEBA tools to identify anomalous user behavior that might indicate insider threats or data exfiltration attempts. Email Security Gateways integrate with email security gateways to block or quarantine emails that violate DLP policies. Web Security Gateways integrate with web security gateways to block or monitor web traffic that violates DLP policies. 6. Code examples, illustrative. While Forcepoint DLP is primarily managed through its web interface, some aspects can be automated or integrated programmatically using APIs, application programming interfaces. Here's an example using Python, though this is a simplified illustration and specific API calls and parameters depend on the Forcepoint DLP version and API you're using. Consult the official Forcepoint DLP API documentation for accurate and up-to-date details. The following is conceptual and might need adjustments. Explanation 1. Import libraries imports the requests library for making HTTP requests and the JSON library for working with JSON data. 2. API credentials replace the placeholder values for API_endpoint, API_username, and API_password with your actual Forcepoint DLP API credentials. 3. Get_DLP_incidents, function makes a GET request to the Forcepoint DLP API endpoint to retrieve DLP incidents. Uses HTTP basic authentication to authenticate with the API. Sets the content type header to application/JSON. Handles potential errors during the API request using a try, except block. Parses the JSON response from the API and returns a list of incidents. 4. Print_incident_details, function iterates through the list of incidents and prints details for each incident, such as ID, severity, policy violated, timestamp, user, and source. The specific keys to access in the incident dictionary will depend on the actual structure of the API response. 5. If __name__equals __main__colon block *. This code runs when the script is executed directly. Calls the get_DLP_incidents function to retrieve DLP incidents. Calls the print_incident_details function to print the details of the retrieved incidents. Important considerations for API usage Authentication Understand the authentication mechanism supported by the Forcepoint DLP API, example basic authentication, OAuth. Rate limiting Be aware of rate limits imposed by the API to prevent your application from being blocked. Implement appropriate error handling and retry mechanisms. Error handling. Implement robust error handling to gracefully handle API errors and provide informative messages to the user. Pagination. If the API returns a large number of results, it might use pagination. You'll need to implement logic to handle pagination and retrieve all the data. API documentation. Always refer to the official Forcepoint DLP API documentation for the most up-to-date information on API endpoints, parameters, and response formats. Permissions. Ensure the API user has the necessary permissions to access the data you're requesting. Further code examples. Conceptual, check API documentation. Creating a custom data identifier requires understanding the specific API. Updating a policy requires understanding the specific API. 7. Best practices for Forcepoint DLP implementation. Start small and iterate. Don't try to implement DLP across your entire organization at once. Start with a pilot program focusing on a specific department or data type. Iterate and refine your policies based on the results of the pilot program. Understand your data. Before implementing DLP, take the time to understand where your sensitive data resides, how it's used, and who has access to it. Involve stakeholders. Work with business stakeholders to ensure that DLP policies are aligned with business needs and don't disrupt legitimate business operations. Educate users. Train your employees on DLP policies and the importance of data protection. Monitor and refine. Continuously monitor DLP policies and tune them to minimize false positives and ensure they're effective at preventing data loss. Test regularly. Periodically test your DLP policies to ensure they're working as expected. Document everything. Document your DLP policies, procedures, and configuration settings. Stay up to date. Keep your Forcepoint DLP software up to date with the latest patches and updates to ensure you have the latest security features and bug fixes. 8. Conclusion. Forcepoint data loss prevention is a powerful tool for protecting sensitive data within your organization. By understanding its key features, architecture, policy configuration, and integration capabilities, you can implement a robust DLP solution that effectively prevents data loss and helps you meet your compliance obligations. Remember to consult the official Forcepoint documentation for detailed information and best practices. The code examples provided are illustrative and require adaptation based on your specific environment and API version. Implementing DLP requires careful planning, ongoing monitoring, and continuous improvement to ensure its effectiveness and minimize disruption to business operations. Always prioritize security best practices and adhere to your organization's security policies.